Imagine this. You're an investor and you're ready to build your portfolio. And so you buy an investment property and you put all of your heart and love and money into it and you make it amazing. Put it on the market and it sells in 24 hours. And then you realize that there is something called an FHA flip rule. So that means that if you buy a house and the buyer comes to use FHA financing, you cannot sell it within 90 days. So you say, well, I'm going to go ahead and just try to get a conventional buyer so I can get it closed on, and you put it back on the market. 2 days later, you sell it again, you get a conventional buyer. Well, the house is so amazing that they were competing and they jumped the gun, and so 8 days later, they back out, okay? So now you're putting the house on the market for the third time. You, in about, I think it was 5 days that time, you get another buyer and they do all kinds of inspections on a house that you have made pristine. I'm talking the roof is new, you have a clear termite certificate, all the termite work has been done. You even coated the air ducts in the floor so there would be no ever any problems with any mold or anything like that. And there wasn't even a problem to begin with. And that doesn't even start to begin all the cosmetic stuff you did. And so the buyer just says, well, if you're not going to do all these things and pay $8,000 of our closing costs, then we're going to walk away. So what do? You say, okay, walk. The next buyer comes along, they're in contract for around $240,000 and you're paying $8,000 of their closing costs as well. And the house appraises for $237,500. So you're like, okay, I'll take that $5,000 hit and come down to your purchase price. But the buyer still wants you to pay $8,000 of their closing costs. So that deal busts. And then you put it back on the market. You get 2 offers. You sell it again. Then about 24 hours, it's cash, closing in 20 days, as is. The buyers take their family over there on the weekend. And guess what? They back out. You know why? They own a taco truck, and the taco truck would not fit in the garage. You guys, I'm not making this up. I'm Jennifer Mount, managing broker, realtor, in production, Legacy Realty Advisors, Tulsa, Oklahoma. And each week I come to you to try to share some things that I've learned over the past 24 years and sometimes over the past 24 days that I did not know, so I can prepare you for the journey ahead. Real estate is not always real easy. It is not always real fun. It is always real interesting. And that's just one of the things I'm going through right now with these transactions I have. You guys, I have problems everywhere. And so my job is to be the calm in the middle of the storm. And sometimes I have to just go calm myself before I call my client and let them know what is happening. I have another one right now. The appraisal came in $35,000 under the contract price, even though we have other comps. So here's the lesson in that. Appraisers can do and say whatever they want. They're like, they write the Bible of real estate. And we don't have any control over it. So then I needed to go deliver that information to my seller and the buyer. That buyer was selling his house to another couple, so I had to tell them. So there are lots and lots of twists and curves that make this process difficult. Let me tell you another one I'm going through right now. This client has 2 houses in Houston. She put both of them on the market, got contracts, and whenever she realized last week that one of them was going to close on Friday and the other one on Monday, she called me and said, let's go look at houses. I'm ready to buy. So Saturday we went and looked at she had 8 houses picked out. We looked at 2 of them twice. This doesn't count the weekends of open houses. So she's probably seen about 56 properties. But listen to this. The one that she authentically really fell in love with, it's vacant. She's currently in an Airbnb and has been for 3 weeks. The seller he had a transaction fall through, so all the title work is already done. So it's ready to close, and because she's paying cash, guess what? We got into contract on a Monday, and we're gonna close on a Friday. And that's just unheard of. So it's not always negative things that make real estate real interesting. There are obviously good things that happen, and there are silver linings. But my encouragement to you this week is don't get sideswiped, don't get caught up, don't get discouraged by the process, because yes, it can be hard, and usually we can work through it. So every week on our YouTube channel, if you have not subscribed yet, I would really appreciate that. Let me tell you, our goals are to get to 100 subscribers this year, and also 100 positive Google reviews. So if you have an extra minute, you're sitting in your car waiting on one of your kids, hop on there, Legacy Realty Advisors and Jennifer Mount. We would love for you to help support us, because we're here to support you in whatever questions you might have, whatever part of the process you're going through. Maybe you just want to go vent. Running is such a great outlet. So every week I give you a 3-2-1. There's 3 things that you learned, 2 things you're going to share, and 1 thing you're going to implement. So number 1, we've learned that we usually cannot do anything about a low appraisal except accept it. Okay. Number 2, we also learned that there are curves in the road, and I'm going to do my best always to help you navigate those. Number 3, there are silver linings. Okay. 2 things you're going to share are, number 1, your gratitude for your kids or grandkids or someone else's kids starting back to school, because it kind of helps everyone to get back into a routine. And the other thing I want you to share, so you're going to share gratitude always. And then also, I would like for you to share with someone who's going through a hard time in real estate right now, that they can call me and we can go try to work through it together. And then the one thing I want you to implement is practicing the pause. Next time you receive some information that's less than desirable, I want you to pause for a moment, maybe an hour, maybe a day, and really process it, because you can't take words back, and you need to really mean what you say and say what you mean. So I hope that you have a great week, and I can't wait to connect with you here next week. Hopefully I'll have some more stories for you. Hopefully I'll have some good news for you. And if you need anything in the meantime, you can reach out to me anytime.